Yeah, I do think that the reevaluation is one of the most underutilized tools that we have in our possession. Uh, when we think of a reevaluation as something that is handed to us or done to us, rather than something we can initiate our own, um, it's it's treated as like extra work, whereas it's actually a tool to get better goals, which means faster progress and possibly dismiss students. So imagine getting a caseload and giving everyone a reevaluation. In essence, we do this, right? It's just called a progress note. But what we're talking about here is a progress note that's more effective. I'm not suggesting we do evaluations on all of our students, but here's what it looks like. You do a rapid speech language sample on any child who seems to be doing pretty well on your caseload. Basically, you have him or her tell a story. Really useful in the beginning of the year because it does one of two things. It sets alarm bells off that this guy might need to get off your caseload if he's totally doing great, or it makes you reevaluate their goals for what you're working on. The other thing about a language sample is that for your speech kids, this is an articulation measure and it's your intelligibility sample to either look at your speech goals you were handed in the beginning of the year or to suggest that this guy needs to go and get dismissed. It's perfect language data, right, for receptive and expressive stuff. It's also a voice assessment and it's a stuttering assessment. So with a single 2 to 5 minute story and you recording and analyzing it, you have a complete look at their communication. Pragmatics too, I forgot to add that. So if it looks great, this is evidence that you may need a reevaluation and they need to be dismissed. If they already need a reevaluation, it's evidence you need to pull that reevaluation forward and get them done. It's not a waste of time because it is the non-standardized portion of this future evaluation. You ask parents and teachers what they think about your findings. This is also not a waste of time because it is your intake information for the report if you decide to test. And let's say the results don't look that great. You do a language sample and it's just not good, right? Well, in that case, it's not a waste of time because it's your progress note and you should probably need to do it anyway to get better goals. So if we capture the progress note and the session data and the conversations with parents and teachers and treat them as inevitable portions of a report, we're better identifying kids we can dismiss, which means that we can get time back in our schedule from that open slot, apply it to another kid or another activity. Or we're getting better data, which means we have better goals, which means faster progress, which means kids will get dismissed faster to make holes in our schedule.